And now, News 4's Weather Extra with Chief Meteorologist David
Hey everyone,
Paul.
welcome to Weather Extra on this Tuesday evening. I am still in California, Sierra at Tahoe, joined by someone you may recognize from back in the day. And as we go into severe weather season, let me introduce someone that was in the Wiregrass, one of the biggest weather events in history, recorded history. This is Greg D. Greg, good to see you here.
Nice to meet you. Yeah. Nice to finally get to meet you. I followed you through social media. Part of my heart is always in the Wiregrass. That's where I started my career.
You were there what years?
College, 2000 and the end of 2005, really beginning of 2006 through about 2008.
So we know what happened in between that period. The big tornado that hit Enterprise March 1st, 2007. You were on the air that day at the station across town. What was it like to witness that day unfold?
It was really interesting because we knew going into the event this was going to be a big event for Alabama. And I remember seeing the northern and central parts of the states really highlighted by a high risk. All the meteorologists up there, I was following them along as well at that time. We were kind of on the southern end of things. I remember always learning that you got to watch the southern end of these events where there's going to be fewer thunderstorms, but if you get one storm, it's going to have all the fuel available to it.
Feeds off all that
feeds off
energy.
of it. I mean, the Gulf was open to that storm as it was developing just to the west of Coffee County, and then just watching that roll in, it was just incredible.
It was a moderate risk that day, right?
It was. The high risk was up to the north, up toward Birmingham, I believe, maybe as far south as Montgomery. We were in that moderate risk because we were thinking, okay, what's going to happen here compared to what we were waiting for already up in northern Alabama?
When you saw that storm come together on radar, because the velocity coupler was incredible as a form, what were you thinking?
I mean, it looked like the textbook storm. I never thought South Alabama, I'm going to be watching an Oklahoma-type supercell rolling across the Wiregrass and then heading toward a populated area.
What do you think is the one, I know you left, but the one outcome that came from that day more than any other outcome?
I mean, awareness, right? I mean, I think awareness of severe weather. I think up until that storm, there were many other risks that had gone through at that time. It'll go up to the north. It's Montgomery. It was Pike County would get a lot of Troy. No, it's not going to happen here. You hear that all the time. Like, oh, we get the little ones. 5 minutes. It's an EF0, EF1. To see that kind of storm, the video of it, I mean, it's just incredible.
Incredible. Yeah, the high school, of course, was hit. A tragic day in Enterprise, but there's been, I think, some good come from it as well in the regard that the schools usually get out now. They don't stay in school. They kind of make sure that they're aware of what's coming that way. Hey, it's severe weather season, or it will be here. We got snow behind us, but across the South, it is time for severe weather preparedness. So we'll have more on that coming up. Hey, that's a check of what's happening out here in Sierra at Tahoe. We'll have more Weather Extra with meteorologist Ryan Duggar coming up next.
And now, News 4's Weather Extra with meteorologist Ryan Duggar.
Welcome back to Weather Extra. I'm here with Kinsley Centers, and we're going to be sorry about that.
It's okay.
But we're going to be talking a little bit about the differences in the temperatures that we saw just last week and compared to this week. I mean, with all that snow and ice, it was really something else to see, wasn't it?
Yeah, and we saw nights and nights of those freezing temperatures. And it all paid off because today was beautiful.
Yeah, it felt great today.
It was such a treat.
Yeah, it was a very nice treat. Even with some of those cooler temperatures still around, the showers were out of here like they were in here yesterday. And so the more that they were moving out, we had some of that dry air come in. But the clouds that we had this morning prevented us from warming considerably. So taking a look at high temperatures today, we were still right around the upper 50s for much of our Alabama areas. 58 in Dothan, 59 in Enterprise, a little bit warmer in the Florida Panhandle in the lower 60s, but luckily we're going to be seeing that warming trend really sink its teeth into the Wiregrass over the next couple of days, with temperatures jumping to the upper 60s to around 70 degrees for tomorrow. And comparing that for what we saw last week for the high, it was 34, and now we're jumping to the upper 60s. That's about a 35-degree difference.
That is really insane to wrap your mind around just as the average person. It's like you're literally flipping a switch going season to season. It's been feeling like spring now, and these are kind of those spring-like temperatures compared to last week when it was feeling like the middle of winter time.
Yeah, no, exactly. And for these temperatures, if you think it's feeling spring-like for tomorrow, just wait till Thursday, because we'll be well into the lower to middle 70s before Thursday afternoon. And
I can't wait for that.
A nice little taste of spring after all of this cold. It's what I like to see what I like to say, the atmosphere overcorrecting itself with quotation marks, because we are not strangers to warm-ups like this. In fact, over the past few warm-ups that we've seen historically, from the coldest high temperatures that we've seen in our history, if you take the next 7 days and look at where highs are recorded then, we have jumps for 30 to even 40 degrees. The most impressive here, December 23rd, 1989, 25 degrees for that high. Next 7 days, all the way to 73 degrees. So you're at the coldest point in the year. Just a week later, you're back into the 70s, just in time for New Year's. I mean, this is really cool to see. And so when we have events like this just shows, while yes, it is rare for us to have the snow come through our area, the environment definitely takes that into account and tries to get us back to that normal, even if it overshoots that normal temperature.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like over the last few weeks, those winter lovers have been very spoiled. I mean, we saw last week with all of the snow and those freezing temperatures, so I hope that they were able to get out and enjoy it. And now it looks like it's those springtime lovers, those summertime lovers, it's our time to shine with these 70s back in the forecast. I've missed them so much.
Exactly. And while we're seeing a little bit more of those 70s into the next few days, I mean, this is what David and I were talking about, where for the next several months, or even into the weeks of February, we're going to be seeing more of a warming trend for much of the region, where we're going to be above average. And so you take that into account. I mean, we're already seeing those average highs starting to climb a little bit, but when you take that above average, that's where you see more temperatures like this in the upper 60s to lower 70s. So a very nice taste of spring. And I know I was joking earlier, in temperatures like these, and if there's some sunshine around, this is the only time I can tan.
Yeah, definitely.
Right, and that is like super nice. And I'm really just, after the cold, I really enjoyed the snow, and I hope everyone at home also enjoyed that snow that was able to fall. But I am looking forward to the warmth coming in.
Yes, I'm looking forward to the back to normal southeast Alabama kind of temperatures, kind of weather for us. But I mean, the snow last week, so many memories were made with us here at work. A lot of friends and family members were able to get out and enjoy and make those memories. But hey, it's time to move on. Snow's melted, bring on the sunshine.
That's exactly right. And we'll be back with Weather Extra tomorrow. But until then, have a great night, and we'll see you tomorrow.